long-term success. So, oh, that's okay, Tracy. So anyway, Tracy, did you want to add anything to that?
I don't. Thank Johnson saved us though, Margaret Ann. We just opened and
Thank you,
we
Amy.
don't really record any client parts, so like don't really know what we're recording.
Well, this may be worthless, but maybe not.
But I love what Margaret Ann said, and I completely agree, Margaret Ann. Like, who on here just wants to lose the weight? The goal is to actually have that healthy lifestyle and not worry about the weight on the other side. Isn't that what we're really all chasing? And so, but sometimes it's like just coming back to our brains and going, okay, why am I not just trusting this? Why am I trying to make this so complicated? Just eat the things and drink the water. And so I'm like looking at all the squares, and I don't know why, but when I was on plan, I was so desperate, and they told me to come to these meetings, and I didn't want to. But Elizabeth said, my coach, she said, the most successful clients like go hear some of this. And I was like, okay, well, I was determined for this to work. I wanted to be a successful client, so I came reluctantly. But it really is what Margaret Ann's saying. Like, it's about learning through the process. It's about being open to, oh my goodness, like, how am I going to do this long term? Like, what does this look like? And not learning it all today, but just having that mindset of like going, okay, I'm doing this. And I get to introduce you guys to one of my very favorite clients, Nancy. I think there's probably no one I've laughed more with. Like, we have had an absolute blast getting to know each other. She is cute as a button, but she also is a fellow hard-headed person. I'm like the person in the club that leads it, but she may overtake me. And I've told her that. I'm like, sometimes I think you're more hard-headed than me. If you're hard-headed and or if you get what we're saying, like throw me some connected. Like, it sometimes just has to be your idea before you're really going to do it. And if that's where you are, you're going to so connect with Nancy. I'm seeing some connected that cracks me up because y'all get it. If you know, kind of thing. So Nancy did well and planned. She was like having some success. And then she decided to try the Nancy version of Optavia. And I am going to let her explain to you how well that worked. And then it's so funny because she all of a sudden called one day, like it literally was like night and day. And it was and I'll let her tell you, but I think it was 3 weeks ago. And she said, never mind, I'm doing this. I'm just going to go back and do the 5-in-1, like exactly like you said. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a great plan. And I think now she's down 11 or 12 pounds. So the plan does work, but we often try our own versions of the plan. And so you're like, oh goodness, what if I just didn't? So Nancy, let me see if I can ask you to unmute. Or Mike just can't unmute.
There you go.
Okay, good. So Nancy, and I'll get you spotlighted too. I would love for you to tell them just what clicked for you and how, like, and what changed. Like, what was that? And then I would love you to share just a little bit your story too.
Okay. So, good morning. My name is Nancy. I live in Los Angeles, California. And so I've been on Optavia. I think the first time I joined was maybe 2 years ago, and I didn't do the plan as instructed. And then I rejoined again last year. And I had lost about 35 pounds last year. So last summer I was down 135. I was excited. I went shop. I threw away all my clothes. I had to buy new clothes. My boyfriend was like, I'm going to give you money so you can go shopping. And I was like, yeah. So I bought all new clothes. And then the beginning of January, my weight, I got off the plan. I was on the Nancy plan. You know, I would eat the stuff, but I would also eat the tacos and the nachos and the ice cream. And little by little, the weight started creeping back on. And then at the beginning of end of April, I hit 180. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. So what I'm saying is that I got so burnt out from the up and down. I got so tired of the going in and out of fat burn in and out, in and out. I got so tired of it. I mean, I literally was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, it was like an abusive relationship, like some sort of like addiction. And I'm just like, I'm tired. Like I can't continue to mentally put myself through this. Like, I'm doing it, I'm not doing it. You know, I don't do well with that. And so I really just had to like ask myself, why? Why do I want to lose the weight? Why is this change important for me? Like, what is it that I want more than anything? Like, why am I doing this? And I really had to dig deep into my why, because I knew I needed a shift in mindset in order to like get back on plan. Because I was like, how did I do it before? How did I lose 35 pounds? And all of a sudden, I'm struggling every week, every month. And it was really just about finally deciding to make a commitment to myself and to make a commitment to the way that the plan is designed to get like to get the results. I found, you know, I was so focused. I am now so focused on the results again that it's not just it's not just about, oh, I'm just going to eat the food and lose weight, because I did that and then I did the ish plan and then I gained it. And so it was like, okay, I can't do that. I really have to integrate this program into my life and make it part of my life so that I don't have to go through this again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this back and forth. I don't. You know, I've struggled with weight loss since my like 20s, you know, and I did Weight Watchers and all kinds of stuff. But I just was like, I just really got tired. I just really had to make a connection. Um, and I realized, which I've been really hesitant to coach. Like Tracy's been telling me you need to coach, and I'm like, I don't want to coach people. Like, no, I don't want to do that. But I realized that that's the missing glue to this whole program, is that in order for me to keep the weight off, one of the most important things I need to do is help other people. Like, I need to give it back. And so I finally decided that coaching is going to be something that I'm going to do this time seriously. And it's just everything coming together that I've been so resistant.
I love it. Y'all can see why I love Nancy now. And it's just, she's brought so much joy to me, and it's been so much fun working with her. Nancy, thank you for sharing, and thank you for being like so vulnerable with it. Cause look at the chat. I don't know if you were looking at it while you're,
No.
yeah, go back and look at the chat, because there are so many people that connect with this. And we're I may have coined a new term. I may forever call it a Nancy plan when somebody's ishing. So but there are, what people are saying is, yes, their own version of the plan. And it's just trying to get a little bit closer, but she's now committed. And that was the word that really stuck out with me, is she's committed to her own journey and her own success. And so thank you for sharing, Nancy.
Yes, thank you. Hey, I wanted to add something there. It's like, you know, I think we cling to some of the things. There's a lot of association with some of this junk that we add back in. Um, and it's the consistency of the junk that we add back in, because that stuff makes you crave more of the junk, basically. I call it splurges, because it's not that you're never going to have whatever. It's never that Nancy's never going to have a burrito again. I mean, she will, but it's putting those kinds of things in their right place. So I think that mindset was important for me, because I didn't, it was, we're not doing all or nothing, but what we are learning to do is live life like a healthy person. And healthy person people don't eat burritos and chips and all the things every single day. Like it's finding the balance and where to put those things in every now and then. So to me, it was just that shift into, okay, I can't cling to my old habits and lifestyle and still think that I'm going to live this new healthy lifestyle at the same time, because we can't have it all. Things are going to look a little bit differently, but the freedom and the just, gosh, it feels so much better. And the focus of where you're going with this, in learning to live this new healthy lifestyle, is so much better than where you were when you started this this whole journey. So, that was a very good example, Nancy. You're like basically every woman, I feel like on here. So, thank you for sharing that.
I love that. Now we're going to open it up to you guys. Just a few friendly reminders. Coaches, we have a call for you guys tomorrow. So just a call special for y'all. So this call is specific for clients. So clients, we would love to help you on your own journey and figure out what your issue is or whatever the problem is, and help you figure out how you're going to create the success for you. So I'm excited. We're going to open it up. Margaret Ann and I are mamas. We are not doctors. We are not therapists. We are mamas who are obsessed with helping other people because this changed our lives. End stop. So we're going to open it up. Y'all raise your little Zoom hands. There's a little bit at the bottom that says raise hand. And we,
Is Lindsay Lunn on?
yeah, I was going to say, we do have a client, another client.
I have heard, Kristen's been bragging on you, and she would like for us to ask you about your trip. I think everybody needs to hear about this. Where is Lindsay? Can she come off mute?
Hi.
Hey.
Yes. So the whole reason I did this was because we had a trip to Greece planned, and I couldn't even wrap my head around like trying to get excited because I just like was dreading the whole process of getting ready to go, which sounds terrible, first world problem, but it's what like my initial thing of like, okay, we're going to do this.